because if they didn't pass us, we didn't play.
They're like, oh shoot, it's a D-, but it's gonna be a C-. Yeah.
Well, I can say it now because they're not there no more, and it's already almost 20 years out of high school.
How you said too, like teaching the kids that like just because you're differently abled, like there's so much life skills, right? Like you're able to instill the life skills being there and being like, look, this happened to me, but life isn't over.
Like they all loved that I played football because they knew I left for a couple weekends and showed them the pictures and like, that's cool. Oh, when do I get a wheelchair? They're all asking. Or can you get up, folks, so I can try your wheelchair out?
Not how it works. Yeah.
Children don't have the bias. The adults give the bias a lot of times.
Well, that you just said something I think very important there. It's just how you get around. It doesn't define all the other aspects of your life.
It's just my bike. This is just my lowrider bike. I have a polished out wheelchair, so that they all know that it's so shiny. But what's crazy is that these kids have only seen me in a wheelchair. They're only at that age. Like my nephew that lives with me, my godson. He's only seen me in a wheelchair. He grew up sitting in my wheelchair too.
Yeah,
and he's seen pictures of me standing up. He goes, Nino, you were able to stand up? Yes, once upon a time. But when you were born, you've made me who I am. You grounded me. I wanted to be better for you and myself, but you're the one that helped me always out.
He's like, wow.
Born, that's how it was.
Yeah.
I wanted to be able to be alive for him.
That's tremendous.
I get emotional right there.
I know, right? Don't make me cry. Stop, Brian.
You have to back the camera up a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. So, and that's what I was going to say a little earlier. It's just that you've gone through this trauma, you rebuilt your life. And so what are you dedicating yourself to? And, what's the future hold?
Future, hopefully I can find a job that will probably be in the hospital, but I do plan to go back to school. I want to finish up my a degree. I never got a degree. I'm so close for an AA and counseling and psychology. I do want to be a mentor still. I love it. Being with people face to face, one-on-ones, groups, that's what it's about for me. I just love being around people. I can't be by myself. It's just I need to be helping somebody. That's what I'm doing right now is trying to find a job. And I feel discriminated because I've had interviews and that was it. And what sucks is that how this job applying goes now is all online on stats. And I've had an interview, which actually the person asking the question recorded themselves, and I had to record myself answering it. I never saw someone face to face. And that seems kind of a little bit difficult, for a situation. But I'm just actually going to go into the places now and start talking to the HR, see, I'm so-and-so, I applied, what can you do for me? Yeah. I don't want to feel discriminated.
So when you felt discriminated, how did that look? I mean, are they out and out saying things to you, or
you can't? No, you can't even shout, but not getting back
you
to
feel
me
it.
like they said they would get back to me.
Yeah,
I just started thinking that they know I'm disabled because when you apply on these apps, your social security numbers in, so it already knows that you're disabled. So a waiver pops up, like yes, I am, and
I wasn't aware of that. Really?
I noticed that on some it pops up. I'm like, it already knows I'm disabled. Yeah, you have to click. You have to be truthful,
Yeah. That seems like that would be an issue that we should address as a community. That shouldn't be revealed because especially if it has nothing to do with the job. I mean, if you're not doing heavy lifting, what job is there that would exclude us?
Yeah.
Right.
I agree.
Yeah.
But I feel like
even heavy lifting, I can try.
Yeah, right. Heavy lifting, he'll just bench press it up to his lap and then figure it out.
I can move 100 pounds for you. I'm going to break it up in 5-pound increments, but.
I work on cars, I still do what I got to do,
I know people that have built entire houses in wheelchairs.
My friend is he's the owner. He's the CEO of his own landscaping business. Not landscaping, but construction. He's the foreman, and he's in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
So I guess we just have to start our own business. That's what it is.
That's it.
I'm only going to hire people with disabilities. And how are
Take
able
that.
Yeah. Nope.
Yeah.
I don't like able-bodied. Sorry.
Sorry, you're not part of our club.
Yes, that's right.
Yep.
I'm happy to be a cheerleader from this side of things and say you can do it, because I've been in your seat where your resume says yes, and then you walk in and you see the oh shit on their face, and then you're like, here we are again. How do I be graceful? Because they're not being graceful.
Yeah.
Yeah, Addie has lived that. She got hired to be a teacher, shows up in Atlanta from California, and that's the first they knew on her first day of work, right?
Yeah, well, it was the first day of the training in Texas, and they had nothing prepared for me, and they were kind of like, "Oh shit,"
It's not like they can say, "Yeah, never mind, we can't hire you."
Just kidding.
That would look bad.
Yeah. So I am here. You can gripe to me all day long about it.
Oh, good. You're all those SOBs, man.
Yeah, right. I just lay it out. You'll feel better. You'll feel better. But yeah. It's sad that we have to say something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, they got to go back to the old ways where you just walk in, ask for application, and you get sometimes on the spot job. What do you call it? Interviews right there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how it used to be.
Well,
I don't like
not so long ago.
I know it's easier, but
it's laziness. But like you say, go in and say, hey, do you have an application? I'd like to talk to somebody in HR who might be able to tell me more about this job.
Yeah.
And then charm their pants off, because you know how to do this and do all the talking.
I brought these for your kids. There you go. Yeah.
Right. Do you like cookies? I will bring cookies once a week.
Yes. Whatever you like, I'll cook it for you.
That's right. So what words, through your ambassadorship, I'm sure you've kind of learned, what people need, that kind of thing. So what's the biggest piece of advice you can give? I mean, you go in when somebody's in the worst part of their lives, right? That's what you're smack dab in the middle of. And I'm sure from person to person, you're received differently. Some probably just want to kick you out of there. They don't want anything to do with you.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And there's some that'll listen. Yeah. So how do you turn the corner? What do you think makes the biggest difference if you can get through to them?
Just having someone to be there for them.
Yeah.
Having someone to kind of ask them, what do you need? Listen. If they're talking, don't interrupt them. Just let them speak, to see it. And then once they start opening up, but there are some that they won't open up until you give them something about yourself, which kind of touches them. Then they start opening up, I've noticed,
Yeah.
Because they see the card that we have and it has all these questions. Why do you need to know all that? That's too much info. That's privacy. Well, can I explain something to you, about myself? How maybe open up, to see how you can try to help me. We just want to keep in touch, just if you ever need anything, just want to talk, or just to call us and we can maybe get you something that's, help you make your day, make your life easier. It's difficult sometimes, to be able to speak some, because I've had some, no, get out of here. I don't want to speak. And some that don't stop talking.
I'm sure it's like a spectrum, right?
Yeah, and there's some in the middle, that I'll give you my name, my injury, that's it. Okay, I'll take it. We're going to give you a call, just check in on you, make sure how you're doing, give you some time. Maybe you might want to let us know a little bit more about what you might need. But here's some info. Here's a backpack. Here's a care basket. If you need anything, it's all in here on info from A to Z, what you're going to need to know. But when you're ready.
Yeah. I imagine they don't know what they don't know, so I'm sure as some time. Yeah.